Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. I am a very frustrated Papa Boris, and I'm here for some more Hearthstone Arena action. So we haven't had a video in a couple of days. It's not because I haven't been recording runs, it's because the internet connection in San Diego was giving me fits, and I wasn't able to actually complete any videos. So I had a Warlock run go to 5, a Druid go to 1, and then I had this Druid run, which I started in San Diego but stopped once I realized that my streaming software was not working. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the deck. This will not count as my video for the day. I will just add this in as like a little bonus and then make a real one right after this. So this deck is a pretty straightforward Druid deck. We have some pretty strong endgame cards, and the idea is with all these removal cards that we have, like the 3 swipes, which is pretty awesome, and the Starfall, and the Wraths, and the Claw, to just kill the stuff that my opponent plays until I can play my giant creatures and win. Now, this was an extremely fortunate Druid draft. I've been complaining a lot about my draft quality. There's almost no bad cards here. I think the worst is Spiteful Smith, which is strictly worse than a Druid of the Claw for Druids. But other than that, everything's a pretty good card. Actually, Ancient Mage is pretty weak, and the Tauren Warrior. But everything's a pretty good card for the most part. And I saw, as you see here, 3 swipes. There was actually 4, but I passed on one to take a creature, and then I got a 3rd one anyway, so it was pretty good. It was a really lucky draft with the Starfall and the swipes and the Wraths and the Ironbark Protectors. Pretty much got all the important cards, even an Ancient of War. So anyway, very, very good deck. Here I am at 8-1 as a little bonus for the day. Let's go ahead and get into our game and see what we can do. There are 2 classes I've made it to 12 wins with. Those are Hunter and Warrior. With, I believe, Warrior, I also made it past 9 wins one time and got to 10. So it would be really cool if I could get at least 2 wins with Druid, add Druid to the list of classes that I've made it beyond 9 with, and if I make it to 12, well, that'll be able to add Druid to the list of classes that I've made it to 12 with. It would be nice to someday say that I have hit 12 with all 9 of the classes. Okay, this is what I would call a faux curve. It's 1, 2, 3 mana cost, but now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's not very likely that I'm actually going to, play 1, 2, 3, because this I want to save and only use as removal. This is not that great when there's something else out. Okay, so the Berserker's awesome. Great turn to play against Paladins. It really discourages them from making recruits. As a Druid, I might actually not kill a recruit with my guy. I might just use my Shapeshift. But anyway, he's playing a 3-drop. Raging Worgen, very good 3-drop for my opponent. It just absolutely dominates my Amani Berserker. Luckily for me, I do have a couple of ways of dealing with it. One is to play Raid Leader and just buff the Berserker and kill it. But I would prefer to do it this way. Claw plus Hero ability, because that allows me to keep my Berserker in the game, which in turn allows me to continue to discourage him from making reinforcements. Now, he used his coin to play that Worgen, so no True Silver Champion, no Hammer of Wrath coming this turn, which is nice. That is actually surprisingly irritating, because that is a 3-3 for 3. I haven't been seeing that many people play 3-3s for 3 lately, but they are kind of annoying against 2-3s. Luckily, I have the kill for this as well, and I will just use it to, again, preserve my Berserker. What I'm basically saying to my opponent is, if you want to kill this thing, you're going to need to drop True Silver Champion or Hammer of Wrath, one of your premier cards. Otherwise, suck it up and deal. Now, what's really cool is Sylvanas is really difficult for Paladins to deal with. They don't do a good job dealing 5 damage to creatures, and they also don't have any class-specific silences. So this is just a really good card for the opponent to have to wrangle with. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. So he's going to potentially kill my Amani Berserker with the Twilight Drake. But then, if there's a way for me to end up killing my Sylvanas off, I will get to steal his Twilight Drake. Wow, okay. Well, my opponent got very excited. He made a Faces Manipulator copy of Sylvanas, but that, in my opinion, is actually a mistake, because what I get to do now is run my Amani Berserker into the Sylvanas to kill it. To kill my own Berserker, that is. Then I run my Sylvanas into his Sylvanas. There are no creatures for him to steal. And then I get to steal his Twilight Drake. Oh my god. Really? That's how that works? Are you kidding me? This is like the 2nd time in this arena that I've been fucked by completely obscure mechanics. In another game, I silenced my own Ancient of War to unfreeze it, without realizing that that would also remove the +5 health that it was getting. Because a Druid of the Claw, if you silence it, it keeps the health buff, it just loses the taunt. And here, I was pretty sure that those things would happen at the same time. Why did his Sylvanas fire after mine and steal his creature back? That is a load of crap. And if I win, I'm not going to be that pissed because, honestly, that's a load of steaming bullshit. Okay, well, great. So what we're going to do here, then, is just swipe this and cash out the Golem. I wish I had something else to play. I don't. We're going to pass the turn. Ah, that's so frustrating to be at 8 wins and lose a game because of obtuse mechanics. I mean, let me know in the comments if you think I'm being unreasonable and if you think it was, like, obvious or at least somewhat clear that that's what would happen. My understanding was that it would happen at the same time, so he would have nothing to steal, I would have something to steal, you know, GG. Anyway, that's a pretty good top deck. The Argent Commander, I can put my Golem to good effect. Keep on swinging at him. But he's got massive card advantage because of the way that happened. I mean, his Faceless Manipulator took out my Sylvanas and my Amani Berserker, and then my Sylvanas did nothing. So that sucked. A load of dongs. A steaming load of dongs, in fact. Okay. So I have a couple of ways I can deal with this. One thing I could do is play the Ancient Mage, give this guy spell damage, swipe and then kill off the Frost Elemental. Another way is I can play Starfall to kill this, Shapeshift to kill that. But then, really, what am I saving there? I guess I'm saving my use of swipe. It's not that valuable. We'll just do this. And we'll swipe that. And we're going to pass the turn. Well, he's very polite, but he's also got 7 cards to my 4, so I'm not that hopeful. I mean, if he actually leaves this guy alive and plays a bunch of 3 toughness creatures for Starfall to kill, then that's great. But I don't think he's going to do that. Yeah, he's definitely not going to do that. Oh, we get a little bit of card advantage here, though. I do get to kill the Murloc Raider with Shapeshift. Or, I guess, with Wrath and draw a card. That's cool. Let's go ahead and do that first. Always draw cards first. Maybe I'll get Ancient of War or Ironbark Protector. Not a chance. Do not let Paladins keep creatures. Sure, I'll give the Pimp Taunt. This guy has Taunt anyway, so it doesn't matter. Which order I played that in. Well, the good news is that we're halfway through the deck, and we still have not seen any of our big bombs. 2 Ironbark Protectors and an Ancient of War are still in here, and those could really turn the game around if he doesn't have anything big himself. But if he does have something big himself, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, he's got 6 cards and 10 mana, so if there's anything big in his deck, it's going to be coming up soon. Wow, interesting. He's going to just play a 5-drop and a Fen Creeper. That's annoying. The Fen Creeper is very, very annoying right here. Knife Juggler. Well, all 3 of my really big cards are in the bottom half of my deck, which is pretty bad luck, but that's life. How do we do this? How do we do this? I think I will go ahead and use Starfall. The question is, do I just target the Fen Creeper and finish it off with Shapeshift, or do I swipe or Starfall across the board? Leaving this at 4 health is a little awkward, actually. I don't really get much value from that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and Shapeshift up. Smack Mr. Fen Creeper here. Use Starfall for the single target damage. I'll kill that. I could kill this thing, and in fact, oh man, if I kill this thing though, everything's gonna die to Consecration, and I'll just lose the game. Jeez. Yeah, we're gonna kill it. Don't let Paladins keep creatures. So if he's got Consecration, he's got Consecration. I guess I'll keep the Knife Juggler back for that reason, to avoid overextending too much. But I'm just very far behind on cards. I'm like 3 cards behind. And I'll be another card behind if he consecrates. Please, no Consecration?
Your magic.
Oh, that's just as bad. So my guy gets silenced down to 2-1, so this thing's gonna live. Actually, his board dominates mine. Well, it's Wild Growth. See if we can get an Ironbark Protector or an Ancient of War. That'd be nice. I would have liked to have drawn that at the beginning of the turn, so I could also have played Knife Juggler, or I could just not get anything good ever. That also works. That works stupendously. Okie doke. Well, we gotta kill that thing, clearly, so I'm taking a lot of damage, but what you gotta do. And yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and continue clearing out his board. There's no way in Dickens that I'm gonna be able to race this guy out. The only way that I can win is I can hope he has a bunch of like Hands of Protection and Blessing of Kings and whatever up there. And doesn't have any creatures to put it on. And, oh, fuck me. That's really bad. So that's more card advantage for him. I mean, I'm down to just a Knife Juggler. Even an Ironbark Protector might not save me at this point. God, life is hard. Really? Game? Come on! They're all in, like, the last third of my deck. Fuck me. Oh, that's terrible. I was gonna hit this thing anyway. Well, let's do that. So, I'm not going to take any credit away from myself this game, because that was kind of baloney nuts how it worked with Sylvanas, and that really screwed me up terribly badly. I mean, props to him for drafting a Faceless Manipulator and getting a good use out of it, but I really should have, you know, gotten to steal his creature without losing it. So, we're getting to the point where Ironbark Protector is less and less capable of saving me. Yeah, you're a little late, buddy. A little late, because now he can actually just 2-for-1 his Recruit and his Stormwind Champion and just kill my Ironbark and still have 4 cards left. So I really should just concede. I'll draw a card and concede on my turn. Ugh, that was an annoying game. Well, I haven't made it to... yeah, we're gonna go ahead and concede right away. That's the end of that. Well played. I haven't made it beyond 7, or beyond 6. I haven't made it to 7 or up in a while. So I guess I was happy with this run to make it up to 8. I'm just annoyed that, you know, first of all, technical difficulties, and I couldn't show you guys the first part of it. And then second of all, that game sucked a big steaming load of donkey dongs. But we'll see if we can make it to 9, maybe 10 if I'm lucky. I do think the draft was a really good one. With the Swipes, the Starfalls, Wraths, and the Ironbark Protectors, pretty much all the key cards. I could use an Innervate in there, but it's a very fortunate draft. There's also the Legendary, as you saw. Sylvanas is among the best in the game, so it was really, really fortunate. Taking it to 8 wins, I guess maybe a better player should have taken a deck like this up to 12, but that was some pretty obtuse mechanics there with Sylvanas, so I'm not going to complain. Yuffie the Mage. Okay. Let's mulligan all these 4 drops. I'll keep this in case I have nothing else to play. Yes, mages can kill it, but, you know, you gotta go for it here. Ah, Berserker, perfect. So I'll coin that out on turn 1, almost certainly, and then play this on turn 2. And then on turn 3, you know, she's gonna have to choose between pinging this or actually making a real play. Alright, she has a Mana Worm, which is annoying. Do I play my less valuable creature or my potentially better creature? Let's go ahead and play the better creature, I think. Okay, so next turn my priority is not actually to play the Sun Fury Protector, but rather to run with the Berserker against the Mana Worm and Shapeshift and finish it off, because that's a really, really important threat. I don't want it sitting around. Oh, wow, I can't use Mark of Nature. I could play this, but then the Mana Worm lives. That doesn't seem good. So we'll do that. My opponent is lucky. She had a 2-drop to kill my Berserker with without having to rely on a Frostbolt or anything like that. But I think this is still an okay beginning. Next turn, I'll probably play a Murloc Tidehunter, unless I top deck a 3-drop like a Harvest Golem. And while I'm not actually that thrilled at all about having an Ironbark Protector in my opening hand. You're too late, you little woody bitch. Because it's a mage that we're up against here. And so Polymorph is always a possibility. And, you know, it's a dead card for most of the game. So I'm like playing 1 card down, essentially. Oh my god, that is ridiculously strong. Yeah. So for 1 mana, she killed both my creatures. That's great. And then she still has 3 mana left over. Now I'm super lucky she had nothing better to do than ping me. That could have been a whole lot worse. Alright, this is what I was talking about. So now my curve is biting me. I've got 2 5-drops on turn 4. All I can do is play a 2-drop. So both my opponent and I are kind of missing our drops here. But I'd like to be further ahead. Given that she was missing her drops, it's kind of annoying that my curve bit me so hard. But the good news is that like 4 turns from now, I will be able to play Ironbark Protector. back to back. Alright, so my opponent decides to let me do the trade, which is a fair play. I would, rather play like a 5-drop here than Mark of Nature, which is what it would take for me to protect my Sun Fury Protector. I could make this a 2-7 down to 2-4. Yeah, it seems pretty pointless. I think I'd much rather just trade, let him have his way with that, and then do this.
I have no time for games.
So the idea here is that if he has a polymorph, she has a polymorph, she pretty much has to do this, because you can't let Sylvanas live. So we're doing a test here. Does she have silence? Does she have polymorph?
Your magic.
She has silence. Well, that's not really what I was hoping for, unfortunately, because she also has mana left over to finish pinging this off to death. Ah, that's really annoying. So I want to hit this with my hero ability, but I can't, because if I do, I can't play anything else. Fuck me. Ugh, this game's going terribly. Alright, well, I guess I'll just play the Archmage then. Ah, man, her having a Spellbreaker there was extremely frustrating. I guess I could have played this, then she would have kept this in her hand. I don't know. It's hard to say what would have been better. Oh my fuck, that's bad. That's real bad. She can get me down to 10, so yeah, I think she's trying to burn me out. That's what it looks like. So, do I respect the threat of Pyroblast? Oh, man. I want to play both of these, but I can't. That's 8. I want to play an Ironbark, but I can't. That's 8. Why is everything 8 mana? Alright. Some Starfall, I guess. I could just kill the... Hang on. I could kill the Stormwind Champion because I have spell damage. Is that better than just Starfalling across the board for 3 across everything? Alright, I think we're going to do 3 across everything. Use the Archmage to finish that off. This guy's going to hit me anyway. No reason to claw. If she has any sort of burn, I'm dead regardless. So yep, Fireball wins. I guess I could have clawed. That would have given me an out against Fireball, but whatever. I don't care at this point. On to the next arena. Fireball me. Do it. Come on. Don't dilly-dally. Just bring the pain. And I can't even play an Ironbark Protector because, oh, she does not have a Fireball. Interesting. Water Elemental. Well, I'd love to shapeshift to start gaining life, but I think it's really important to play the Ironbark. So, Polymorph and she wins. Fireball, she wins. Pyroblast, she wins. Hell, even Frostbolt, she almost wins. What an annoying game. That was 2 really annoying games back to back. I had a fine situation. It's just bad draw in this game and bad mechanics on Hearthstone's part in the other game. Oh, okay. So there's no Fireball and no Polymorph and no Pyroblast. That was a useful bit of information here. She's going to use her OP hero ability to just whittle this down and prevent me from attacking. Well, that's totally fair. What we'll do then is we'll play the other Ironbark Protector. And I'll do Claw for some life gain. I can't unfortunately kill the Questing Adventurer, but at least I can kill that. So now if Fireball does not directly win her the game, it'll get me down to 1 health. These guys are pretty beefcakey. I can make a Darkscale healer next turn and put Mark of Nature on it to add another Taunter and also get some health back, which is pretty important. And I'll have enough mana to also shapeshift, so I'll be able to heal for 3, which is nice. Blizzard, okay. So she's continuing to freeze everything, but I'm not really that upset because with all this freezing, what she's not doing is she's not killing me. And I get to heal up both of my Ironbarks, which is kind of awesome. And let's go ahead and make a 3rd Taunter. And we'll shapeshift. Now, she's getting to the point where this Questing Adventurer could almost, like, take out an Ironbark by itself. That's the unfortunate side effect of her freezing my stuff 2 turns in a row. But I will take that over losing now at 11 health. Well, Pyroblast still wins. A pair of Fireballs still wins, but now she needs either an Epic or 2 particular commons. So I actually have a chance, which is pretty awesome. This is very irritating. because I have to use one of my Iron Barks to attack it. And I'd, of course, rather not. Frostbolt. Wow, she just does not have what she needs. Okay, so she froze one. That stops me from killing off this warden, unfortunately, unless I get a swipe. She's gonna kill it off, which is totally fair, and then this flesh-eating ghoul is getting awfully large. So her questing adventurer grew to the point where he could kill something, and then now the flesh-eating ghoul will go to the point where he can kill my other thing. But she's sort of running out of steam, and in fact, Wrath is pretty great. So I can kill this flesh-eating ghoul. I definitely want to work down this warden. Play more taunt. Play a harvest golem because why not? I don't need to attack that anymore. So that's just for life gain there. Wow, I might actually win. So at 12 health now, a Pyroblast doesn't kill me, and she's in top deck mode. My board is way bigger than hers, but I guess she could still win if she top decks like a Flame Strike. Please hit the golem. Thank you. The taunter is more important to me than the golem. I mean, yes, she can kill the golem off, but this is pretty good stuff. Alright, so Spellbreaker. Well, it's not really what I want at all. Kodo's threatening to kill my warrior. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and enrage my guy. Shapeshift up. Do that. Swing for 4 damage. I'm just... Do I put this on the board? Yes, I'm just going to put this on the board. We're going to silence the Kodo. And then I will pimp up those two. So Flame Strike would let her kill everything except for the Darkscale Healer. Actually, the Kodo could finish it off. So then we'd be in a straight-up top-deck war if she had a Flame Strike. She has a Twilight Drake, which is highly unimpressive. Just going to trade the Kodo in for that. Interesting. The Kodo could have hit this and survived. That's what I would have done, I think. And ping me. Fair deal. Okay. Let's think. So if I shapeshift, I'll go up to 12, and if I hit this, I'll go down to 8. So I'll still be above a Fireball, but I'll be below a Pyroblast. So the question is, do I want to play around Pyroblast? Is playing around Pyroblast worth losing one of my creatures? I think the answer is yes. I think I'm pretty safe even without it. So we'll do this. Play Raid Leader. My Darkscale Healer still survives Flame Strike. So a Flame Strike would let her kill 3 of my creatures, but the 4th would live, and I'm pretty much okay with that. Because then I would be ahead in the top deck. Or Fairy Dragon is something I'm also okay with. I actually win this game. Wow, that was a little bit bizarre how I won it. But basically, I was at 7 health. There were a billion different mage cards that could have won the game for her. She had none of them. It was really remarkable. And I guess, you know, she was lucky earlier and I was lucky later, and it all kind of balances out. So that was a good game. We made it to 9 wins. Haven't seen that in a long time. And here we go. 9 wins, 2 losses. Our arena life is on the line, and we're trying to see if we can add Druid to at least to the list of classes with whom I have made it beyond 9. Making it to 12, I'd say my odds are pretty small at this point. But making it to 10, I'd say that it's more than 50% chance that I'll win. This is a pretty good deck. Even the Pimp has seen some use. Now, some folks have been asking me about my naming of the cards. The Pimp is Ancient Mage, and Pandas are the Brewmasters, the youthful one and the old one. Those are the ones that return creatures to your hands. They are, you know, pandas in the flavor text and in the art, so that's what I call them. Okay, so Kryptonic, definitely want to mulligan those. Do I keep this Raid Leader? It sucks if I get no other drops, but it could be okay if I get a 2-drop. All right, I'll keep the Raid Leader, because if I get like really dumb stuff like that, having this to play on turn 3 might be better than nothing. All right, Knife Juggler's good. So we'll be doing the usual play it on turn 2, pray she doesn't have Frostbolt game. See how that works. Oh, please just pass the turn. They never pass the turn. That's actually not true. In this arena, a lot of my opponents did not have turn 1 plays. This is actually out of the ordinary. So my Knife Juggler, best case scenario, trades against the Apprentice. Worst case, she Frostbolts this. or charging Murlocs it, and then this starts to swing at me and makes all her spells cheaper, unless my Golem, which is actually a really good top deck, can save the day.
What to do?
Well, I'm guessing she doesn't have a Frostbolt. Usually mages wouldn't think that long before Frostbolting a Knife Juggler. There's 3 coconuts in there. No, there's 2 coconuts in there. I've got a lovely pair of coconuts. Beedle-dee-dee.
Someday I'll be just like
Wow,
you.
okay. Fair enough. So, she could get cheeky and attack me, but she chooses not to do that, which is, I think, the correct play. Swipe is always good to see. Let's play Harvest Golem. Very good answer to Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now, she could play Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this to 4/3, kill my Golem, but then the 2/1 would come back, kill the Shattered Sun Cleric, shapeshift, kill the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Frostbolt, well, that's also fine. So now, because the Frostbolt's cheaper, she can use the hero ability to finish it off. Yeah, okay, that's actually kind of annoying. Like, a lot. Because now if I play Spellbreaker, it'll just die to this thing. Gah, I don't want to swipe that. Ah, it's annoying. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and think for a moment. Do I really want to just trade the Spellbreaker in against the Sorcerer's Apprentice, or just use a swipe to kill this? Is that worth it? Or do I just throw the Raid Leader under the bus? I think the Raid Leader could be useful later, so the question is, which of these is more valuable to me, the Spellbreaker or the Swipe? Well, the Swipe is definitely more valuable, so...
Your magic shall not
Spellbreaker is not as impressive for me as it was for my opponent who used it on Sylvanas, that's for sure. But I think that was the best of a bad situation. Okay, yeah, her having Frostbolt there for my Golem, without also being cheaper due to the Sorcerer's Apprentice, that was really bad. Because it basically nullified the value of my Golem. And now she gets to... Ah, fuck my life. So now she gets to draw cards. Well, a card. Balls. Okay, well, let's play the old game of pray she doesn't have Fireball or Polymorph. And just drop a 4/6 for 5 mana. The 6 health is good. Means that Cult Master plus Hero ability doesn't kill it. But if she has Charge Creatures or Polymorph or Pyroblast, or sorry, Fireball, I will be very annoyed. Well, she's thinking a lot. I mean, maybe she doesn't have a good answer then.
Pass me that art light.
Yeah, that's not impressive. It'll just die, really. Mirror Image, boo! Who plays with Mirror Image? God damn it. Ah, that was really frustrating. Well, shit. So now I have to swipe the Cult Master. You cannot kill the Mirror Images here, by the way. Absolutely no circumstances are you going to kill those Mirror Images because that's 2 free cards. You do not want to give your opponent a 1 mana draw 2 cards. So I had my hand was totally forced, but notice how good Swipe was. I mean, it gave me it killed off an extra Mirror Image because I could shapeshift it to death. So Swipe was very important. The problem is she's drawn 2 extra cards, 1 off the No Motion Mentor and 1 for her draw for the turn. So that's 2 extra chances to draw Fireball or Polymorph. She's delaying, so wow, maybe she still doesn't have it. That's great. I would have much rather been able to play Mark of Nature on this and just killed the Cult Master normally, so that Mirror Image for 1 mana was pretty darn good for her. This could be good. Fuck, she has the Polymorph. Well, story of my life. And she's not even going to let me Mark of Nature my sheep. Well, at 7 mana. Ancient of War, come on, not a chance. Alright, we're going to play this. And indeed, to Northrend, we're going to go ahead and kill that thing. So that was pretty good. Now, it's somewhat likely that I'll be able to just play an Ironbark as my turn. She has 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6. We baited 1 Polymorph out on a Spiteful Smith, and she didn't have a Polymorph the turn before, so I believe that was a newly drawn Polymorph, so unless she draws another one, this Ironbark Protector should be pretty safe. I mean, with 7 mana, she could drop something really huge down. I guess, like a War Golem, and then that would be extremely irritating, because then she could use the War Golem plus OP hero ability to kill my Ironbark. And then I might have to think about doing something else. Or I might just have to do that anyway, because what else am I going to do with my cards?
Put this apple on your head.
Knife Juggler. So she's hoping to fling a knife at my Argent Commander so that her OP hero ability can... No, she's just going to play Fen Creeper. So she can't finish this off just yet, but next turn, it'll get finished off. So now I have to choose. Do I play the Ironbark Protector and consign this to death? Or do I do something else, like play Mark of Nature on it so that it can actually potentially live? Let's see, Mark of Nature, plus the Raid Leader, this could hit for 5, it'd be a 4/5, -3. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. This puts more stuff on the board. Then I'm vulnerable to Flame Strike, but no matter what, I'm vulnerable to something. So, wait. Let's make sure we do this right. So, this guy has already killed 2 creatures, a Gnomish Inventor and now a Fen Creeper, but the Gnomish Inventor had drawn her a card, and then this also has a Mark of the Wild imbued into it, so there's 2 eggs in this basket, so I'm not actually ahead on cards. If you see she's got 6 to my 5, soon to be 6, that's why I'm not ahead, is because although this guy's already killed 2 things, it got help from a card, and then one of the things it killed had drawn her a card first. Okay, well, I'm not sure what she'll do here, but probably the best bet is just to play as many creatures as she can while leaving 2 mana up, because these are both at 2 health, so the Knife Juggler's got overwhelming odds to fling a knife into one of them, so she can OP hero ability it down with 2 mana. That would be the best thing to do if she could do it. So there's the Harvest Golem. Wow, the Knife Fling whiffs, which is extremely lucky for me, I have to confess. If she has another 3 mana or less creature, she can try that one more time.
Mind if I roll
She
now?
does. Alright, this time she hits my best creature, so now she can OP hero ability it down. And that sucks. It sucks a lot of dongs, ladies and gentlemen. Lots and lots of dongs. Okay, well my move here is very clear. We need to do this, and then just play an Ironbark Protector. And hope she has not top decked the second Polymorph. Fireball actually also would be bad, because with this Loot Hoarder here, she could cash it out for 2 damage and draw a card. So, man, I hate how mages always have 2 answers to any big thing you can play, but I think that was better than just playing a bunch of little stuff and having it all die to Flame Strike anyway. There's a point in time when I know she didn't have Polymorph. I don't have a similar point for Flame Strike. Pyroblast, oh gosh. Well, there's good news and bad news there. I mean, the bad news is my Ironbark's dead, but the good news is, you know, that Pyroblast didn't go into my face. So that's good. Alright, we need to kill everything she has, because I'm pretty low on life. So we have to do this. We have to do this. Now I'm conflicted. I can play this, but then I'm robbing myself of spell damage. Or I can play this, but then I'm losing the ability. Or I can play this, but then I'm only using up 2 of my mana. It's really annoying. I guess I don't need spell damage yet, so I will just play the biggest thing I have.
I forget things.
And then we'll be able to buff it with the Shatterton Cleric, make it a mighty 3/6. And give it Taunt, perhaps. She's 2 cards ahead now, because of that stupid Knife Juggler and her overpowered hero ability, and has a huge life advantage. So it's not... The odds are not with me to have this be the game where we make it to 10. She gets another card ahead, although I should be able to kill this. That will require some effort to kill. Now, if I could just draw Ancient of War or Ironbark number 2, that would be great. I would be delighted. Oh, it's a really good card. Crap. Ah, such a broken card. Such a broken card. Oh, jeez. That's not good. Oh, and I wish I had some spell damage. Shit. Ah, fuck. Well, how do we do this? Yeah, I should have played this thing. I mean, then I could have played this for spell damage, and this would have been a lot more effective. Can I do everything? No, I can't do everything. But I think I need to do this for sure. And This. And then this. And this. Oh, I don't know. Actually, that was probably a mistake. Probably I should have just put taunt on both. Now she can use the Novice Engineer plus hero ability to kill the Shadowstone Cleric, and the Water Elemental hits me for 5 and freezes me. Okay, well, 9 wins is a pretty solid performance. Still, like, in the top, 3% of arena entries. Not that I do this all the time, but it's nice to get there sometimes, and we'll get to see more of what the 9-win rewards look like, whether they go above 200 or not. Looks like she saw the same thing I saw. Yeah, I should have given them both taunt. There was no reason to let this hit me in the face.
My eyes are open.
Okay, that's just icing on the cake there for her. She is thinking about what? I do not know. Seems pretty clear to me that this is over. Her life total is high. She can just smash me in the face. There's nothing to fear from leaving these Dinkosaurus Rexes alive.
Time runs out on me.
I got the best deal.
I guess was wondering, do I dare play the Auctioneer? Okay. I mean, generally you don't want to play it when you don't get to use it right away, but here it just makes absolutely no difference. Okie dokie. And that's the game.
For the king!
I mean, sure, we'll finish it out.
Where am I?
I got this.
Technically, I'm still alive by 1 hit point. Technically. So we'll see. Maybe she's holding on to 3, mirror images. No, 3 Alarmabots. It's possible. 3 Alarmabots, I might have a chance at that point. Alarmabots just bring each other into the game. Don't do anything.
Put this apple
Oh,
on
that's
your head.
definitely not an Alarmabot. Neither's that. What is up with this cheating? Okay, so I live for the turn. I don't have an earthly clue what could save me at this point. Ancient of War. Okay, we'll play it. Sure, we'll just go ahead and do that. She technically cannot brute force her way through that. Oh, now she can. Because the Demolisher, I was losing no matter what. Either the Demolisher hits me and I lose, or it hits this, and then these 2 guys provide 8 damage. The Demolisher hits me, she pings me. Man, Mage's hero ability should not be able to hit heroes. I hope that change happens someday. But in the meantime, it didn't actually matter. I was going to lose no matter what. I'm just kind of curious to see, if she's actually going to notice that she has the win. I think she has seen it. Yes, she has realized what is up. And we'll give her a well played. So another 9-win run. Sadly, that leaves me with just 2 classes that I could make it to 10 with or more. And I probably could have done better with that deck. But there was that one game with Sylvanas I think I lost. For fault that is totally Blizzard's and not mine, or at least that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So thank you so much for watching this little mini bonus video. I'm going to start a real run right after this and hopefully finish it today. If you enjoyed it, please like and or subscribe, and if you want to stick around for the post-run ritual, here are the rewards. Repentance, really? Repentance. Yikes, that's kind of shitty. I mean, if there had been like a legendary in there, or even an epic, that would have been totally fine, but that kind of blew ass monkey chunks. That Void Terror might be new. I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a look. It is not, but I get that the other rare here that I'm disenchanting is the Auchenai Soul Priest I got for the crappy reward. It wasn't even gold. Was the Repentance gold at least? Okay, at least it was gold. I don't think that arenas should ever give non-golden card rewards unless they're epic or legendary. Non-gold rare is pretty spectacularly lame. Let's take a sneak peek at our next arena run. It's gonna be Druid, Mage, or Rogue. Well, I'll take a look to see what, I mean, definitely not Druid, but I'll take a look and see between Mage and Rogue which one has fewer videos and was less recent, and we'll play that one. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in just another moment as I post the next run. Till then.